I literally cannot believe what I just read. Hold on a second, because this news is absolutely wild and you need to hear it right now. We are talking about a major star from a rival team in our division speaking out in defense of one of our own standout defenders who was just completely overlooked in the latest league honors. This is something you do not see every day, especially between these two franchises that usually have no love lost for each other. Before I give you every single detail on this breaking story and reveal the names involved, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel right now, and leave a comment below with your name and the city you are watching from. We love seeing where the fans are representing. Now, let us get into the details of this incredible story that is developing. I have been monitoring the social media feeds and the league office announcements all morning, and what I found is truly compelling. We are looking at a situation where Micah Parsons, the elite pass rusher for the Green Bay Packers, has taken a very public stand for a member of the Chicago Bears secondary. It is not often that you see a Packer going to bat for a Bear, especially during the height of a competitive season, but that is exactly what happened when the Pro Bowl rosters were announced. Micah Parsons may be sidelined right now as he deals with the recovery from a season-ending ACL tear that he unfortunately suffered back in Week 15 against the Denver Broncos, but his voice in the football community remains as loud as ever. He took to his platform on X, which reaches over 600,000 followers, to express his absolute shock and frustration regarding our very own Nahshon Wright. Now, if you have been following this season closely, you know that Nahshon Wright has been playing out of his mind. He has been a lockdown presence in our secondary, yet when the Pro Bowl teams were revealed on Tuesday, December 23rd, his name was nowhere to be found on the first team selection. Micah Parsons did not hold back. He posted, and I quote, that Nahshon Wright getting snubbed for first-team Pro Bowl selection is crazy. It is worth noting that Parsons actually misspelled the name as Nahshon, but the sentiment remains crystal clear. This kind of respect from a player of Parsons' caliber, a multi-time All-Pro, and one of the most feared defensive weapons in the entire league, speaks volumes about the season Nahshon Wright is having in Chicago. Let's look at the numbers because they tell a story of total dominance. Nahshon Wright has tallied 67 tackles this season, including 3 tackles for loss. But where he really shines is in the passing game. He has recorded 11 pass breakups and a staggering 5 interceptions. He has also been a turnover machine in other ways, with 3 fumble recoveries and 2 forced fumbles. To top it all off, he even found the end zone with a defensive touchdown during this 2025 campaign. This is a 27-year-old cornerback who has truly found his home in the Windy City. This was his first year as a regular starter, and he has made the absolute most of it. If you remember his path, Nahshon Wright spent his first 3 years with the Dallas Cowboys, mostly as a reserve and special teams contributor. He then had a stint with the Minnesota Vikings in 2024, where he barely saw the field on defense. In fact, during his time in Minnesota, he did not play a single defensive snap. To go from that to being one of the most productive cornerbacks in the NFC is an incredible testament to his work ethic and the coaching staff here in Chicago. The adversity he faced this year was not just on the field either. He lost his collegiate coach, John Beam, who was tragically murdered in November. Nahshon Wright has spoken openly about how much that loss affected him, mentioning that he felt his coach was watching over him during games, especially during that emotional victory over the Vikings, where he recorded a crucial interception. While Nahshon Wright was left off the list, we did see 3 other Chicago stars make the Pro Bowl. Kevin Byard III, Joe Thuney, and Drew Dalman all received the nod. Kevin Byard is having a massive career resurgence here, leading the league with 6 interceptions. The Chicago defense as a whole has been a takeaway factory, leading the NFL with 31 takeaways. Joe Thuney has been his usual elite self, going a second straight season without allowing a single sack, which is just unheard of in today's NFL. And Drew Dalman has been the anchor of our offensive line, proving to be the #1 vote-getter at center in the NFC. He has been vital for the development of Caleb Williams. But even with those 3 making it, the exclusion of Nahshon Wright feels like a major oversight by the voters. When you have a rival like Micah Parsons calling out the snub, you know the league is taking notice. From a tactical standpoint, Wright has changed how our defense operates. His length and ball skills allow our defensive coordinator to be much more aggressive with blitz packages, knowing that Wright can hold his own on the outside. Historically, when you see a player transition from a special team specialist to a top-tier cornerback in just 1 season, it usually results in a Pro Bowl nod. The fact that the voters missed this one is puzzling. Financially, this could have implications as well. Pro Bowl selections often trigger bonuses in contracts and can affect future salary cap projections for the roster. The Chicago front office surely knows they have a gem in Nahshon Wright, and this snub might actually make him even more motivated as we head toward the postseason. We have to look at the upcoming schedule and how this defense will continue to gel. With Byard and Wright patrolling the secondary, we have one of the most dangerous backends in football. Micah Parsons, despite being a rival, showed a lot of class by highlighting this injustice. It shows that players respect the tape more than the popular vote. As we move forward, the focus remains on the field, but this social media firestorm started by Micah Parsons has definitely put the league on notice that Nahshon Wright is a name they can no longer ignore.
We will be watching closely to see if this provides extra fuel for the defense in the coming weeks. The impact of Nahshon Wright on this locker room cannot be overstated. He has become a leader by example. Even when he was not getting the national recognition, he kept his head down and worked. The stats he put up this year are comparable to some of the best seasons we have seen from a Chicago cornerback in the last decade. 5 interceptions and 11 pass breakups are elite numbers by any standard. When you add the forced fumbles and the defensive touchdown, you are looking at a player who is constantly impacting the outcome of the game. It's a shame the official Pro Bowl roster does not reflect that, but having the support of peers like Micah Parsons is sometimes a greater honor. We are seeing a defensive resurgence in Chicago that reminds many of the great units of the past. The combination of veteran leadership from guys like Kevin Byard and the explosive growth of players like Nahshon Wright has created a perfect storm for opposing quarterbacks. Moving into 2026, the expectations will be even higher. The front office will need to look at the long-term future of this secondary, but for now, we can celebrate the fact that we have one of the biggest steals in recent NFL history on our roster. Make sure you stay tuned to the channel for more updates on this story and everything else happening with the team. We will continue to track the reactions from across the league as more players chiming in on the Pro Bowl results. It's going to be an intense finish to the season, and we will be here for every second of it.